Zach Wells, Josh Wiltshire, Dante Nicholas, Jonas Howard and Williams. Jamal Williams, not the old Jamal Williams who was here of course, starting for the Plymouth Raiders tonight. So Worcester take the opening tip as we get this 18-19 PBL season underway. So they're really impressing in that pre-season game against Bristol. It was a bit of a one-man showreel really. Wiltshire plucks down that rebound and Williams driving inside picks up the foul. So Philip Kramer swats the ball out of bounds. In fact, it wasn't a foul, so inbounds from the end line. St. Nicholas. Cervera doing what he does. Williams. Howard, should say, opens the account. It's first blood to Plymouth in this PBL game. So Worcester really couldn't be more rebuilt than they have been this season. One in the point guard. Far away from Wiltshire. Good ball movement. Thoseby out to Crawford. He puts up the three. Williams out. Dante Nicholas picks it up. Williams. Josh Wiltshire. Who's been a great servant to this club over several seasons. Howard's going to work. Snatched away by Rob Crawford. Crawford just plucking the ball out of his hands. Kicks it out to Thoseby. Thoseby puts up the three. And Thoseby opens the Worcester Wolves campaign of 2018-19 with a triple from the corner. Adam Thoseby, of course, junior international. Again, the block. It's well on this time. Cervera back out to Adam Thoseby. Goes to put in the three. Kramer is floored, and the referee has to have a word. So Raiders ball from the end line. Worcester Wolves by one. Early days, 8:15 to play. So it's a minute and change with 5 points on the board. Plymouth Raiders. Howard, Williams. It'll be interesting to see, Chris, how what this week has done, or these last few days have done for Worcester in terms of their prep for this game. Strong defence at the start in that pre-season, but struggling in that third quarter.
Yeah, they did struggle, but that was because of the lack of rotation on the bench, and they had to use the bench players because of Jordan's foul trouble. But that's why it's so important to get these extra players in.
Well, Wiltshire drains the three. Meanwhile, Mickey Cervera gets it out to Crawford in the corner. He was popping in threes for fun. Double-double in that pre-season game for him. 12 points, 10 boards. Wellen pulls up with the teardrop, floats it home to lock the game up at 5 apiece. 7:10 to play now. They ship it down again to Thoseby. He's got Crawford inside. Thoseby drives in. Textbook off the glass, doesn't go. Mickey Cervera can't hang on to it. They get it down to Josh Wiltshire now. Nicholas puts up the three. This time doesn't go. Great board from Howard. Back out to Nicholas. Cervera making a nuisance of himself. Goes inside. Drops it in. Another two. You just sense the pace picking up in this game.
Yeah. I expect that's what Plymouth will want.
Zach Wells whistled for that foul.
Yeah,
just reached around.
Didn't move his feet.
So he's going to send to the end line on the inbounds ball. 6:32 on the game clock. 14 on the shot clock on the inbounds. Thoseby. So Philip Kramer hands off to Rob Crawford. Cervera, man from New York, is bringing a lot of experience into this team. Beautiful pass to Crawford, who cuts inside, drops it in. Nice showboating, workmanlike. Rob Crawford. Howard now at the top for the Plymouth Raiders, drops it inside to Zach Wells. He's going to work, spin, finds a space, rims out, bad luck. Kramer pulls it down. Mickey Cervera out for the Worcester Wolves. Cervera. Well, a good match-up with Josh Wiltshire. Again, it rings out. Crawford can't hang on to it. And, as you were, says the referee, Cervera's got 7 on the shot clock. Offensive foul is called.
Yeah, he was trying to set himself, and a little bit. That's early season miscommunication. That's all it is that, and you kind of trying to learn where each other's going to go and exactly how you're going to come, try and dribble off a screen and stuff like that. So,
Josh Wiltshire, burst of speed from him, finds Nicholas. It's going to work. Cervera, lucky not to finish there, but Cervera comes up with that loose ball. Around the back, creates a space, pulls up, cross court, it's textbook stuff. So Wellen nails the 3 for the hometown club. And Worcester inch away with 3 points. It's a game on the thread, it's a game on the wire in this first quarter. Jamal Williams, Josh Wiltshire at the top now. He'll find his way around Crosby, goes to Williams, Williams cuts inside. Good work, good footwork to lay it in off the glass.
yeah, you want people to step into the lane at that point. When someone's coming down that lane, you need someone to step in for you.
Cervera, Rob Crawford left wide open, can't finish. Kramer almost gets a hand to it. Just took Zach Wells with him. Two doesn't go. Good ball from Crawford. He's got great reach under the basket. Cervera, and foul is called. That'll be another foul on Wells. So Wells picks up the second foul of the game, and he's going to take a breather. And it'll be Julius Järvelainen who checks in to the game for the Plymouth Raiders. Järvelainen, very, very physical player, had a good season last year, returning to Plymouth this season. He's a man who can do some damage. Great matchup, you can see straight away with Philip Kramer. That's ball.
Yeah, it's interesting that Plymouth didn't use the physical premise of Wells. That didn't get him into the post for me enough.
So, substitution. Kramer sits down. Ty Shaw obviously feeling that is a slightly more robust matchup.
Well, it's the fouls.
Thosby gets it out to Cervera, head fake, steps back, hesitated on the shot. That doesn't go. Wallace checked in. Dean Wallace, who started last season with Leeds Force, only signed yesterday for Worcester, and as the ball is laid in, the whistle is gone.
Yeah, it was the only thing that on Monday night, a lot of and-ones for Wolves, a lot of giving up. As a coach, one of the things you say is don't ever give an and-one away.
Well, it's taking care of the basketball. If you looked at the turnover count from that game, the points from turnovers count was a mountain.
And that was the thing that was being said as well, is the fact that 30 plus turnovers and we lose by 6?
So it's a question of take care of the basketball. Raiders pull out to a 2-point lead. With that and one, it's Thosby now for Worcester. And Thosby muscling his way inside, goes to put it in off the glass. Wanless collects it, lays it in, and he draws the foul. Wanless, who's come in to really, fill that void that's left by. Or is yet to be filled by the two imports.
Exactly.
I think, as you said, it's a body in the paint,
and it's got the BBL experience.
So Wanless on the line, drains that and one, pushes Wolves out to a 1-point lead. It's a very nervy opening for both of these teams. Really not much between them. It could become a test of stamina. Wiltshire puts up the three, no good. Wallace pulls down the rebound, hands it off to Mickey Cervera. Cervera is going hard to the basket. Again, textbook stuff off the window, can't finish. Williams comes down, he's got Dante Nicholas away. Williams, smart play, draws the foul, in the old-fashioned way from the stripe.
Foul on 23, Jordan Whelan.
It's a foul on
Williams will close the line for 2.
Jordan Whelan, the young point guard. So he's going to take a breather. Second foul of the game. So very lucky not to foul out in that pre-season game. 4 pretty quick.
And the thing was is that
Strikes the first.
he played it. He was playing normal basketball, and I don't mean to be disrespectful, but the referees that night weren't sort of at this level, and they saw contact and made calls.
Well, Williams stroked both of those. He takes a breather. Declan Sukup checks in for the Plymouth Raiders. Mickey Cervera, I should say. Hey, Ricky. Hey, Mickey.
No, definitely Mickey.
I'm not going to say.
No,
You're safe. No, you are safe. Absolutely.
The Storms have gone.
That's right. Please do not adjust your set. So, Mickey Cervera, the Spaniard. The Wolves, of course, have a long-standing association with Valencia. So there's been a feed of Spanish players into this club in recent seasons. And he indeed was a teammate of Alex Navajas.
Yep.
And Worcester making full use of that in their recruitment this season. It's been a strange one for Worcester. They've had to recruit without a coach, so he's inherited what he's inherited. Meantime, Stoseby drops another one in from the corner. Gives Worcester a 2-point cushion. So Nicholas, he goes left, he is fouled. Holding foul. And, well, it says it was on the shot. The referee says it was on the floor, so it'll be a sideline ball. Wallace, so that's his first foul of the game. So Nicholas pushes it inside. This time, the referee says no foul. He's out of bounds, but it is a Raiders possession.
3 seconds on the clock as well. So
not a lot of time to craft something from this. Almost a pass and shoot. Javalainen! Great work from him from the corner. Under all kinds of pressure. 1-point game in favour of the Plymouth Raiders. Thoseby now handed off from Cervera.
yeah, Williamson's on the court, number 2.
On this, down, kicks it out to Williamson. Thoseby puts it up right on the buzzer. Shot clock violation, says the referee.
Yep.
But he is a dead-eye shooter. Shelton inbounds. Josh Wiltshire takes a breather for Plymouth, and Ubiaro checks into the game. Sukup. Shelton drops it inside the other line and in and out with that one. He was unlucky. Thoseby hanging on to it, came off Ubiaro, adjudged to come off him by the referee. So it'll be a Worcester possession, and Raiders will be unhappy to have come away with nothing from that offense. So Thoseby and Wanless take a breather. Crawford checks back into the game, as does Philip Kramer for the Worcester Wolves. Cervera takes us into the front court. Again, offensive foul. Crawford just discussing that call with the referee. That's such part of it, isn't it? Understanding
Exactly.
where the calls are going to come from. You talk about BBL experience and you talk about the players that know the league, and that is the principal discipline, isn't it?
Yeah.
So Sukup now for Plymouth. Drives inside, picks up the foul. He's going to go to the line. That was a tough call.
Yeah, it's foul.
Don't mince it, Chris. Say it like it is.
Put your hand up.
So, Mr. Wolves on 5 team fouls. Sukup strikes the first of those. Raiders on 4. So, will also go over the limit. 1:22 to play in the first quarter of this first BBL game of the new season. Sukup cool as a cucumber from the foul line. Cervera picking up that guard position, which we saw him do. Point guard position, which we saw him do in that pre-season game against Bristol. Up here in Worcester. Cervera inside to Kramer. Good reach from Kramer. Goes to drop it in off the glass. Struggling to finish Worcester. Raiders 3-point lead. Sukup kicks it out to Jarmalainen. He's left all open for 3. Knocks it down. Julius Jarmalainen.
It's the biggest lead.
6-point game for the Plymouth Raiders. So back inside to Cervera. Cervera. Big physical presence. Fade away. Doesn't go. Foul is called, and he is going to go to the line for 2.
That was a strange. No need to foul. Guys stepping backwards away from the basket, shooting, falling away. Although the contact was minimal.
Well, Ricky Cervera, only the second trip to the line for Worcester so far tonight. Doesn't make the first of those.
Yeah, and the coach will look at those stats and say, 1 minute, we've only taken 2 free throws. Are we being aggressive enough?
Ricky Cervera now just about makes a second as it wipes its feet on the way in. Worcester struggled to score in the last 2 minutes.
Mind you saying that, both teams only taking Pinter's strike.
The line, an offensive foul this time. Sorry, Chris.
It's cool.
So Crawford is going to inbounds. Williamson. Checks out of the game. Whelan checks back in for Worcester. It's Rob Crawford. Inbounds. Cervera now. Good work from Oiki. Whelan did well to hold that, kept it in, puts up that long range 2 right at the end of the shot clock. And there is the buzzer. And Plymouth Raiders lead the Worcester Wolves here at the end of the first quarter. First game of the season, new team.
Yeah, but the thing is that you got your dead-eyed shooters, but if they have an off night, you've got to have a plan B. But Kramer, for me, is the real deal, and he's doing it a lot of it by himself. Is he a 5-man? Possibly not. More like a 4-man, yes. But he's having to play the big man role because he's the only one in the team running that.
Oh, Sukup couldn't finish. Wheeler drives inside for Worcester, gets the whistle, gets the 2 points. He's going to the line for the bonus, and he enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Driving hard to the hole. So, chance to bring this back. to a 2-point game. It's interesting what you're saying, actually, because Paul James, I seem to remember, one of his things was always, you live by the 3 and you die by the 3.
Exactly.
Please don't play an outside game all night.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
great when it works, but it's a disaster when it doesn't.
Well, the idea is that if your 3-point shooters are on fire, then you've got to defend them, which means that the inside game then becomes available, and then you kind of say, well, okay, well, we'll go inside and outside. It's got to be a good balance.
Carvalina to Suka to Wiltshire. Soseby making a nuisance of himself. Carvalina puts it up from the top. Just rimmed out well and collects it. Mickey Cervera kick it out to Adam Thoseby. Thoseby inside to Kramer off the window. That was a high risk pass, but it paid off, and Kramer collected the points, ties the game up at 22 apiece. 8:55 remain in the second quarter of the ball game. Wiltshire now. Josh Wiltshire, Australian, came into the PBL from the Reading Rockets. He's a guy with a ton of experience. Sukup now, he's dancing around inside. They've got away with the travel there. Wiltshire puts it up right at the end of the shot clock. Tough shot, deep in the shot clock. Welland comes up with the ball now for Worcester. Kramer, Mickey Cervera. Cervera, head fake, drives inside. He gets the whistle. Crawford, well, body language says everything. But 2 minutes and shrapnel into the second quarter of this game. It's 22 apiece. It is a game of ebbs and flows, isn't it?
It is, but I think Paul's got an early substitution just to get the starting lineup back on court to re-strengthen them, basically.
Carvalina sits down. Zach Wells checks back into the game. He's a big old presence inside. He pumps Cervera out the way. Howard for 3. Doesn't go. Pumps down behind. So that'll be a Worcester ball. And there to steady that particular element of this ship. And Cervera brings the ball up for Worcester. He's looking for 1 and 12 on the shot clock. Doing a good job of running down the clock. They get it out to Crawford. Puts up that 3, knocks it down. What a high arc he has on his shot. Rob Crawford. Double first time out in pre-season for him, so chance he might do the same tonight. Good work from Crawford on defence, and Nicholas drives inside, can't finish, he's clattered to the ground by Kramer. Mickey Cervera comes up with the ball, pulls back, Worcester just not having the numbers. They get it back out to Crawford, he puts up another 3. Oh my word! Robert Crawford finds his stroke from downtown for the hometown club. And it's a 6-point lead. Nicholas, it rims out. So Worcester now ahead by 6, equaling that biggest lead of the game for Plymouth. Mickey Cervera, the man from Mallorca, you sense is a real leader in this team, drives inside. This time doesn't go. So Nicholas comes up with it, pulls up at the top. Again, dances his way inside. Crawford goes to bat the ball away. Is that a foul on Crawford? It is indeed. So Crawford picks up his second foul of the game. Let's cut this down now to a 4-point game. 6:44 remain to play in the second quarter. Plymouth Raiders on 2 team fouls. Wolves on 1 in this quarter. Nicholas is all net and all string with the first. Sets for the second. There's 2 far throws. Nicholas and the crowd here doing all they can. He makes both of them, and it's another sellout crowd here, absolutely packed to the rafters here at the Worcester Arena for this opening game of the season, which is a great thing to see in the league. Mickey Cervera, it could end up being a great thing to see this season if his performances so far are anything to go by. They kick it back out to Wanless. Wanless jacks up the 3. Wanless drains the 3. And he's feeling it. Worcester finding that outside game. Nicholas drives inside just to balance up the score at either end. So net one to the good from two offences for Worcester. Adam Thosby, Welland. Back to Cervera. Wallace sets the screen, drops inside Cervera, opts to go for the shot. Thosby couldn't hang on to it. Dump it down to Howard, who drops it in. All of a sudden, it's a 4-point game, a 3-point game, indeed. 5:36 to play inside to Thosby. Thosby just rolls it over the top, doesn't go. Kramer knocks it out of bounds, and that will be a Plymouth ball from the end line.
It's that consistency at the moment. It's a lot, and it is both teams sort of ebbing and flowing and stuff. But as I said, if I was Coach James, I'd be saying, guys, why aren't we getting our hands out to these players?
Wiltshire. Let's get out to Yarvaline and Nicholas. Howard at the top. Drives inside, kicks it out to Jamal Williams. He drains the three, and that locks the game back up. 31 apiece. So 6-point unanswered run from the Plymouth Raiders. We did say Paul James is a tactician. There's a bit of misunderstanding. The ball being passed to the invisible man in the corner, and another foul is called. Holding foul this time. That is called on Philip Kramer. So Kramer picks up his second foul of the game with 4:50 to go. Sideline possession. Wiltshire to inbound the ball. Howard for Plymouth. Hands it off to Williams with the Yarvaline at the top. Wants to go in the corner to Wiltshire. He jacks up the three. Too short this time. Williamson picks it up. Get it to Dean Wanless. Wanless now to Adam Thosby. Thosby kicks it out to Cervera, and that will be a Wolves ball. Thosby on the inbounds. Adam Thosby. Cervera, Wallace with the screen. Cervera cuts inside, hard to the hole. This time he drops it in, and well, referee having a chat. 4:23 to go. Well, he's taking a breather. Ty Shaw pacing up and down in his technical area. So here come the Raiders again with Josh Wiltshire. Ubiaro has checked into the game. Ubiaro tries to drop it in off the glass. Too much on it this time. Dean Wanless is there. He's a big old presence in that post. Dean Wanless kick it out to Williamson inside to Kramer. He's got 10 on the shot clock. That came off his own foot, and that is going to be a Plymouth ball.
Yeah. Kramer wanted the guard to cut off him, which meant that the player would go through because he was helping down and being a presence. And by the time he cut through, it was kind of too late.
Wiltshire. So athletic in that position. Too short this time. Kramer comes up with it. Mickey Cervera brings us into the front court. Goes inside to Thosby. Thosby got Williamson all alone in the corner. Thosby opts to go over the top. This time doesn't go. Good board by Kramer. Williamson can't hang on to it.
Yeah.
Drops it out of bounds. He wasn't expecting the ball.
No.
And well, it's one of those, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And
it's one of those.
It's one of those sort of little, again, miscommunication.
Dante Nicholas, spin, dances inside Wiltshire. Kick it out to Ubiaro over the top, couldn't finish. But foul is called. Howard.
Just not dropping for him, is it?
It's fouled, but so Williamson is going to take a breather, and Welland checks back in for Worcester, but an end-line ball. Foul on the floor. Wiltshire on the inbounds, 14 on the shot clock. As Järvelainen muscles his way inside and drops it in off the window. Great physical presence, Julius Järvelainen. 33 apiece. Well, it's as tight as they come this game. Adam Thoseby now. Thoseby, stop and pop two, no good. Mickey Severa comes up with it. Josh Wiltshire's all over him like a cheap suit. Severa, he's going to back down. Kicks it out to Wanless. Good ball movement. Adam Thoseby. Thoseby, pull up. Mid-range two, no good. Järvelainen plucks down the rebound. Nicholas kicks it down to Wiltshire. Wiltshire lays it in off the window. And they hand the lead back to the Plymouth Raiders. 35 points to 33 with 2:11 to play in the second quarter of the ball game. Severa, Wanless, Welland goes sideways inside. Nice dish to Philip Kramer.
Yeah, Plymouth got caught in a bad rotation then. They just didn't rotate well enough on the help.
Defence cries go up from the home crowd here at Worcester. Dispossessed. Nicholas and Severa show. Ricky Severa drops it in off the glass, looks to the heavens. You sense Worcester are hungry to do something for this home crowd, but it's such a tight game. Wiltshire at the other end balances up the account. It's 37 apiece. We've got a very busy scoreboard operator here at the Worcester Arena tonight, that is for certain. Philip Kramer, Severa. Wanless, wonderful for the ball outside. Wanless goes inside, he's going to go over the top. This time it's no good. Howe picks it up. Nicholas, Howard at the top. Wiltshire dropping down as he indicated, go to Howard. They go inside to Järvelainen. Järvelainen now just spins around Kramer, wrong footed him, can't finish. Wanless just grabs the board. Severa behind the back. Just couldn't finish.
No.
It was foul fishing, I think, is the expression.
Forcing.
And he was trying to reel it in, but didn't quite go according to plan.
Didn't get his landing
he
net
didn't
out.
quite get his landing net out in time. No, absolutely not. So Wiltshire for Plymouth leads the charge once again. 24 seconds on the game clock, 17 on the shot clock. Wells, Wiltshire. Another foul is called. Referees, that's going to be on Kramer. So Kramer on 3 fouls now. So Ty Shaw indicates out really the first 2 or 3 games of the season.
Yeah.
Too early to call, I guess.
Yes. I think the second games in the weekend will be really where the teams are at.
Well, the highest score that's been dropped in so far is here at the Worcester Arena. It's 37 apiece with 12 seconds to go until half time. Josh Wiltshire now for the Plymouth Raiders. He's biding his time and he nails the 3. Worcester have got 5 seconds to do something off this inbound ball. Here comes Welland. He's going to drive inside, puts it up. Oh my goodness me! Welland dreams the impossible dream, finds the impossible score, and it's 40 apiece. They've got Kramer on 3, and that could give Ty Shaw a little bit of a headache as they head into the second half of this ball game, which is now underway.
The interesting thing is for Plymouth as well, Wiltshire being their top scorer.
Well, he's been stroking it from downtown. Josh Wiltshire's a versatile player.
And he and Whelan are the only ones in double figures.
Yeah. So Thoseby bounds to Kramer, hands off to Cervera. Cervera, long cross-court pass to Crawford. Stop and pop too from Crawford. No good into the hands of Josh Wiltshire. So Wiltshire gets us back into the front court for the Plymouth Raiders. Nicholas, good spin. Beautiful finish off the glass from Dante Nicholas. Cervera for Worcester, Kramer, Thoseby looking to weave his way through, threads the eye of the needle, and he finds 2 points off the window. Adam Thoseby, GB international, he's a man with a ton of experience coming into this Worcester team. Nicholas this time just draws everybody towards him. There's a whistle on the play. Pushing foul is the call.
I wonder if Coach James has turned around to his team and said, you know, guys, we've got to be more aggressive. We've got to go to the basket, be more aggressive, and work it out that way.
Well, Cervera's now on 3 fouls. It's 42 apiece. Nicholas drives inside, kicks it out to Wiltshire. Good ball movement, Williams. He weaves his way inside, drops it in off the window. Zach Wells providing the cover. 2-point game in favour of the Plymouth Raiders. And it was a first half of ebbs and flows in this game. Crawford going to turn himself into a one-man beanpole. Crawford pops it inside over the top to Kramer. He spins it, goes to bank it in. Beautiful board by Whelan. Can't finish, but it's Kramer who's there for the afters. Finds the 2 points for the hometown club. Locks the game back up at 44 apiece. Wiltshire at the top. Williams side to Wells. Zach Wells, he's going to work. Kicks it out to Jamal Williams. This time it's no good. Cervera goes to pick it up. Crawford clatters into him. So Mickey Cervera drives inside. That long reach keeps the ball away from the defending player. It's a 2-point game. No team really establishing that decisive killer run so far in this game. There's a long way to go. 7:35 still to play in the second. Wells. Josh Wiltshire from the elbow dishes it inside to Wells, and that will be an offensive foul on Zach Wells. And the crowd letting him know what they think. So that's Zach Wells on 3 fouls. So Wells, Cervera and Kramer are all in the house with 3, with 7:27 to play in the second quarter and the third quarter, beg your pardon, of this game. Cervera the inbounds ball. Whelan breaks free from the clutches of Josh Wiltshire. Looking for a way round, dances inside. Beautiful dish to Kramer. Kramer fails to finish. Not quite finding their way to the hole this time. Howard over the top. He can't finish either. Kramer comes up to hand it off to Rob Crawford. Crawford, he goes to switch on the afterburners. He's fouled by Howard. And I have to say, I like the look of Rob Crawford.
Yeah, he
good athletic player.
I was talking to Ty after the game, and when you looked at the stats, you were like, did he play that many minutes? So kind of the silence assassin sort of thing, and he's the type of guy you look on the score sheet afterwards and you go, oh, he's just dropped 15 points, we didn't even notice, or something like that.
Well, he was 12 and 10 in that game. He was only, I think, 2 off of a triple-double, actually. So Cervera looking to find a way inside. They kick it out to that man Crawford. He puts it up. He drains it. And Rob Crawford, he is the Iceman in this team. Nicholas fumbles the ball. Whelan picks it up. It's Whelan now for the Worcester Wolves. He's got Crawford away to the left-hand side. Opts to go inside. Puts up the teardrop. This time, no good.
Should have
Can't
passed it.
finish. Yeah, Wiltshire comes down with it. He probably would have gone to Crawford off that ball. Well, almost to get out of jail free. He gets out to Nicholas. Puts up the 3. No good. Crawford can't reach it, and that is going to be the Raiders inbound from the end line. And he said, had he gone to Crawford there, that could have been another 3 in the hole. But as it is, it's a Raiders ball, end line ball. Wolves 49, Raiders 44. It's a 5-point game with 6:06 to play. So, Josh Wiltshire on the inbounds for the Plymouth Raiders. They'll get it in, goes to Yarvalainen, and Yarvalainen pulls up top of the key. Unlucky, rims out, just doesn't go. And again, there's Crawford, he comes up with it. Kramer going to work, kicks it out to Thoseby. Crawford at the top, this time Crawford opts to go inside, fumbles the ball into the hands of Wiltshire. Thoseby, got to be careful to avoid the foul. Somehow Rob Crawford manages to pull down that rebound. They get back down to Welland, the crowd enjoying that. Severa running that play inside. Crawford puts it out. Oh my goodness me! Rob Crawford! He doesn't break a smile. He's going to be a man to watch in this season in the league, no doubt about that. Other end, Nicholas drops another 2 in the bucket. So Worcester Wolves now out to a 6-point lead, equaling their biggest lead of the game. Thoseby for Worcester goes to Welland. Mickey Cervera into Kramer. He's on the floor. Shot clock expires, and Kramer helped back to his feet. But that's it. So Plymouth Raiders now making some changes. Sukup checks back in, and Wiltshire he sits down. So we've got a damp patch just being cleaned up by the floor attendant here, and it'll be Julius Yarvalainen who inbounds the ball for the Plymouth Raiders. 6-point game, 4:48 to play. Worcester quitting themselves well. Dean Wanless has checked back in for the Worcester Wolves, and it's Sukup who gets us back underway for the Plymouth Raiders. Got to contend with Phobie, goes to Dante Nicholas. Nicholas, Yarvalainen, back out to Nicholas. And he pulls up for the big 3. This time he can't drop it. Wanless can't hold on to it, and that is going to be a Raiders ball. He's calling for the foul, and referee is saying no. Ty Shaw very, very unhappy with that call. He felt that was for all the world a Wolves ball, but referee's on top of it.
Well, yeah, it was either a foul or it was a fumble, so the referee's called it. Yeah.
May have got away with one, perhaps. Cervera takes a breather. They go into Dante Nicholas. He is fouled. He's going to go to the line for 2, and that will be a foul on. So that is Thoseby's first foul of the game. So nothing to get too concerned about for coach Ty Shaw, but it does put Nicholas on the line, and they shot well from the line tonight, the Raiders. So Nicholas strokes the first.
Yeah, they're 100% from the line. Very good shooting.
Well, it's about as good as it gets.
Yeah.
I've not seen a number above that so far. So here comes GB International and Thoseby. Thoseby switches on the afterburners, and that's another foul. It'll be on Nicholas. So that's his third foul of the game. And all of a sudden, a few fouls starting to rack up on the side of the scoreboard. Paul James very unhappy with the call. Well, Wanless somehow held on to it. Rob Crawford strips the ball away. They get it to Thoseby. Thoseby dances inside, kicks it out to Williamson. Ball interrupted on the way up. Great work from William Shelton off the window for the Raiders. Good fast break play from Plymouth. Sliced their way through what was left of that Worcester defence. 4 minutes to play now in the third quarter of this ball game. It's a 2-point game. Crawford ejects up another three. Oh my goodness me! Robert Crawford shut the front door. This time Jarmalainen can't hang on to it, and well, what can you say about Rob Crawford?
Well, shooting wise, his release is so quick that you're guarding him to stop him going past you, but if you step off him, even if you're half on him, his release and his arc is that high. It's very, very difficult to stop it. If Plymouth don't do something quite quickly, then they're going to be in trouble.
Well, it's a 5-point game. Thoseby dances inside to get it out to Crawford. This time Williamson is fouled. It's a foul on the floor. And yeah, Paul James really unhappy with his players. Can't quite see he was gesticulating that, but he's not a happy man at the moment. It's only a 5-point lead, so it's been up and down this game so far. And you sense pretty much anything can happen. There hasn't been that killer run from either of these teams, and that is another foul. This time it's Ubiaro who fouls.
Yeah, that's just lack of discipline from the players. I mean, the referees can say, "Oh yeah, they're getting whistle happy or whatever," but you adjust yourself. You're playing smart, and that's part of being a professional player.
So that puts Thoseby on the line just to extend this lead for Worcester. Drains the first of those two. Meantime, Crawford's having a chat with coach Ty Shaw. Rob Crawford, Adam Thoseby goes to the second. This would give Worcester their biggest lead of the game so far. Indeed, he strokes both of them. So it's a 7-point game now in favour of the home team. 3:21 to play in the third quarter of this ball game. And if you've just joined us, it's round one, first game of the season in the British League. Thoseby slips. They get it out to Sukup, who drains three. Hits it from downtown. Before he's indicating something to be cleaned up, and that was a big score for the home end. Well, both ends, but the home end.
Get the balls, Crawford. No.
So moving on.
Yeah, moving on. For me, it's the fact of, I know it's difficult because Worcester, I've got to look after the fouls, but it's the trading of baskets that would concern me. Both teams can score, but it's who. I think the secret is going to be who can stop. Well,
there comes the foul. That's a foul on Crawford.
No, it's not. It's on Williamson.
And what he's calling is saying, "Can I have it?" He said no. So, well, Williamson picks up his second. They would have put him on three, but so that puts Denzel Ubiaro on the line. It's a 4-point game. It is the slenderest of leads. There's a long way to go to the end of this ball game. So Ubiaro can't make the first. That's the first miss for Plymouth from the line so far tonight. So 4 points the lead. Can Denzel Ubiaro cut it down to three? Yes, he can. So 3-point game. Adam Thoseby now gets us into the front court. Just manages to hang on to that ball. Crawford. Wanless. Crawford again. Hands off. Crawford just looking for the opening. And another foul off the ball.
Shots.
And that's it. It's Plymouth Raiders on 5 team fouls. So they're over the line. And Dean Wanless is going to go to the line. And this is, I guess this is, as you said, this is the play hard moment. You've got 2 minutes 30 to try and draw what you can. Be as tough in the paint as you need to be.
Yeah, and it's the fact is go hard. Every time you go to the basket now, they've either got to stop you or foul you. Because if they foul you, get free throws anyway. So Wolves can be as aggressive as they want to be.
Well, Wanless has stroked both of them. That was a great pass inside. Shelton goes over the top, redresses the balance with 2 at the other end. It's back to a 3-point ball game.
And until a team steps up and starts playing, either one of the teams, whichever one steps up and plays the tougher defence, for me, is going to be the team that wins.
Yeah, because there hasn't been that decisive run in this game, really.
And the run is I think the decisive run is going to be who gets more stops, not who scores more baskets, because we can score at will. I think that's one thing that you've seen, that both of the teams can score from inside and outside.
Well, up goes Crawford again. Oh my goodness, Rob Crawford! Good grief! What did he have for breakfast this morning, Rob Crawford? He's dead-eye from downtown tonight.
But are Wolves winning because they're scoring more threes?
Well, he's 6 from 8, 6 from 9 from behind the arc. Rob Crawford tonight. He's going to work, kicks it out to Wellen. This time, Wellen, he didn't have time to look for it. He looked at the second time. This time it doesn't go. Rims out. Sukup picks it up.
Shaw's going wild because he's saying, give
Wanless somehow got that ball out. Great work by Wanless. Unfortunately, the pass doesn't find Wellen. Sukup interrupts it behind the back to Nicholas, who lays it in off the window. And all of a sudden, it's a 2-point game once again. So 1:11 to play in the third quarter of this ball game, and I seem to recall last season it was one of those games, Plymouth, where Worcester very, very short-handed, if you recall, and somehow managed to pluck a win out of somewhere, and it's kind of got a similar feel to it this game, really. It could go either way, and it is going to be a test of stamina, because Worcester, only the second time they played 5-on-5, so they kick it out to Wellen this time. Oh my word! Sometimes the gods are with you, and sometimes they're not. Well, they were with Wellen then, that is for sure. Sukup kicks it out in the corner to get it to Welton, puts it over the top, no good. Great rebound from Rob Crawford. Worcester just settled their ship. Adam Thosby now looking to find a way around. Crawford trying to create some space for him. Wellen now goes to Crawford. Leaving Crawford an awful lot of space up there. They'll get it back out to Williamson for 3 this time. Too much on it. End of the clock. Always a tough shot. Nicholas now for Plymouth. 6 seconds on the game clock. Shot clock turned off. Nicholas gets it out to Sukup. Puts up the 3 this time. It doesn't go. And that is it for the third quarter. Worcester Wolves lead the Plymouth Raiders here on their home.
Kramer's got through the third quarter without committing another foul. Used kind of sparingly, I suppose, but I've done that and still got a lead. So all things good at the moment for Wolves.
Well, it's Rob Crawford leading all scorers with 20 points so far in this game. Nicholas looks to go inside. This time he can't do it. Severa check back into the game for Worcester for the final quarter. Worcester with a slender 5-point lead, and it's going to be a test of discipline and a test of endurance. Thosby throws a little fake, goes to put up the teardrop, draws the foul, and he's going to go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah.
So Rob Crawford, well, he's 5 boards off a double-double so far, so he's got a bit of work to do if he wants to pump up that particular stat line. But Thosby is all string with the first of those 2. And you can feel how tense the crowd is here in the arena. Disappointing season really for Worcester last year, despite getting to that cup final in the end. And it was sort of unfulfilled promise really. Yarbalainen was dancing in for that too. and yet selling out week after week after week. Huge following for the sport here in the city of Worcester. And this team clearly really want to deliver something for their home team. Thoresby off the window. It pushes Wolves out to a 7-point lead. Their biggest lead in the game, 8 so far. So only one off that, but substitution. For the Raiders. So Ibiaro takes a breather, and Jamal Williams checks back into the game for Plymouth. Thoresby, Crawford, Welland, Kramer and Cervera leading the charge for the Worcester Wolves. Nicholas, Järveläinen just looked at the three, decided against it. Well, that big three attempt goes up. That big three attempt goes in, and all of a sudden Plymouth Raiders once again just closing the door on that decisive run. Thoresby now, Adam Thoresby kicks it out to Kramer. Cervera, he was looking to go to Rob Crawford. Järveläinen was all over him. Welland gets it inside to Kramer, and
3 seconds
whistle on the play. Yep, 3-second violation. So
just looking at that. Has Wiltshire played in the second half? 2 minutes 38
at the start. Yeah. Sukup now for Plymouth. Just dancing around that 3-point line, and beautiful dish inside. Good finish. Shelton finding those 2 points for the Plymouth Raiders. Cuts it down to a 2-point game. Both teams want this win for very different reasons, but Welland drives inside. Beautiful finish off the glass from him. Just to keep a little bit of fresh air between the teams. Sukup, Järveläinen dancing around the line. Back out to Sukup. 14 on the shot clock. Sukup, good pass again inside to Nicholas. Easy as you like for him to finish from there. Again, 2-point game. Thoresby bundled over the line. That's going to be a Plymouth ball as Shelton sits down. And Howard checks in for the Raiders. Sukup, good pass to Howard. Another bit back pass to Sukup. No look, drops it inside. Excellent ball movement there from Plymouth. They worked that ball well. Wrong-footed the Worcester defence. Locked the game up at 71 apiece. 7 to play. We could be set for a grandstand finish if this continues the way it's gone for this whole game. The ebb and flow of the scoring. As we keep saying, no team really getting that decisive run. Kramer backing down, going to work, drawing the foul, looking to just inch away. Rob Crawford pacing up and down the sideline. He's a mercurial figure indeed, no doubt about it. It's Kramer on the line.
He's probably thinking, what have I done? Is it me?
Is it me? Absolutely. Well, I don't know what happened there.
An air ball.
Kramer has airballed it from the line. We'll gloss over that one. The 2014 season. Stefan Djukic had a few issues from the line, I seem to remember.
Yeah.
So it's something in the water up here. And certainly in Worcester, there's plenty of that.
Yeah.
So Mickey Cervera to inbound from the end line. Welland. Welland switches it on. Sukup beats him in the foot race. They go back to Sukup, Järveläinen, back to Sukup, back to Järveläinen. Järveläinen dancing around inside. This time he can't finish. Kramer with the foul. Well, they get it to Crawford. Crawford goes to hand it off, And there you go, another bit of misunderstanding. That opens up Jarvalainen. Wants to go back outside. There's still 18 on the clock, and well, the referee's blown up.
Yeah,
I think just fell over.
Yeah, the floor was wet. He's slipped on.
So that was with 17 remaining on the shot clock. And again, we saw there a bit of misunderstanding, and those are things we're talking about. You know, when you play two games, it's just knowing where everybody's going to be, reading your teammates as well as reading everything else. Nicholas, they drop it down into the corner. That is going to be turnover ball, and Worcester Wolves, it's a 2-point game. Worcester Wolves 73, Raiders 71. Cervera for the hometown club takes us into the front court. Crawford just fumbles the ball again, but he drives inside, goes to put up the teardrop. Jarvalainen is equal to that one, plucks it down. Julius Jarvalainen, he's going to go all the way, dishes it off to Nicholas. Great finish, game locked up once again, 73 apiece with 5:27 to play in the fourth quarter of this ball game. Paul James willing his team on from the sideline. Ty Shaw with a pensive look on his face. Kramer sets the screen. Cervera collects the foul, and he is going to go to the line to shoot two. Wow, hold on to your hats, folks, because it could be quite a finish. Raiders with plenty of fouls now on that side of the scoreboard. Wolves with still 5 fouls to give in this fourth quarter. Raiders on 3 team fouls. Could that prove important come the dying minutes of this game? It's so often the case when it's this tight and it becomes a chess game. Cervera now will be looking to try and bank up that side of the scoreboard. He doesn't manage it with the first one. Pressure shots now with 5 minutes left to play.
Yeah, five minutes is plenty of time. Don't, you know, it's kind of, this is where it's sort of everyone needs to relax a little bit. And
Mickey Cervera drains a second, so it's a 1-point game in favour of the hometown club. Wiltshire has checked back into the game. Sukup kicks it out to Nicholas. Nicholas almost dispossessed Wiltshire now. Howard looking to create the space. They're going to Sukup in the corner. Good work from Welland to get to him. Disrupted that. Ricky Cervera picks it up. And surely now he's just got to lay it in off the window. Reverses it. Drops it in. 3-point game. Julius Jarvalainen. Jarvalainen, the big Finn, finds 2. Counts it down. It's a tight affair. Sensing the crowd. Probably more nervous than the players right now. Both sides, Raiders with great travelling support as well. They get into Kramer. It was a high pass. Kramer held on to it, couldn't finish. Sukup eventually comes up with the ball. Nicholas, Wiltshire. Head fake goes back to Nicholas. Drops down to the corner. Nicholas goes in. Great finish from him. 1-point game. Plymouth Raiders 77, Wolves 76. 3:52 to play. Mickey Cervera of Worcester is calling the play now. Welland's looking to find a way around Wiltshire Cervera. And he is fouled, so that'll be 14 fouls now for Plymouth. So, sideline ball, and Nicholas on 4.
the secret now is Wolves can and should step up the defence. And be super aggressive on offence.
Cervera kicks it out to Crawford to get it out to Adam Thosby. Oh yes! Thosby nails it! That was an important score, no doubt about it. So, it's a 2-point game. Järveläinen, and exactly as you said, Chris, it's wind up that defence now. Crawford, they're making hard work of it. That is going to be a jump ball. The possession arrow points the way of the Worcester Wolves, and of course, the new rule now can come into play, 9 minutes of the game. Minutes of this game carrying 4 fouls, and it's a slender lead for Worcester. 2 points separate the teams, and Worcester are going to be looking for their 6th man here, and every coach says they want to make it a fortress. Oh my goodness me, Cervera just saved his way through to the bucket.
Well, he couldn't foul him, so that was exactly that. They isolated him, knew he wouldn't, and no help came from Plymouth.
So Nicholas now with 2:39 to play. Sukup from the corner for 3, just skims off the side of the backboard. Philip Kramer picks it up. 81 plays 77, 2:28 on the game clock now. Kramer, Mickey Cervera. Cervera now, they kick it out to Whelan. Whelan, he switches it on, goes inside, they go out to Crawford. Oh my goodness me, Rob Crawford! Well, that is a 3-shredded wheat moment. And finally, Rob Crawford breaks a smile after the 3-point shot. Extraordinary performance. Ty Shaw.
Shooting foul, all it is going to be possession.
Yeah.
And at the moment, that's clock. That's clock time, so that's what they want.
Well, Worcester Wolves establishing a 7-point lead with 2:09 to go. Wiltshire can't finish. Kramer comes down with that rebound. He's floored, but gets the ball to Cervera. And Worcester now, as you say, they're going to try and run as much clock on each offense as they can. 13 on the shot clock. Cervera kicks it out to Wellham. Now, this is where you'll see maturity and discipline from both of these teams. They go back out to Crawford. Surely not again, Rob Crawford! Oh my goodness gracious me! He is on fire from downtown tonight. Extraordinary shooting performance from Rob Crawford. We'll just take a quick look at that stat, but from behind the arc tonight, he is 9 from 12. He's going to be a guy to watch. If he keeps doing that for the rest of this season, he's going to be dangerous. And there's going to be some interesting talk when they look at the game film from this one. No doubt about that. Nicholas strikes the first of those. 9-point game, what's the lead? So Nicholas to cut it down to 8. You can hear the crowd here getting behind this team. So Adam Thosby, 1:34 to play. Cervera, he's a man with a bucket loads of experience. He's going to have to draw on all of it here now. Again, running that clock, 11 on the shot clock. Driving inside, puts up the teardrop, in it goes. And Worcester established their biggest lead of the game at 10 points. Josh Wiltshire fires up for 3, no good. But they managed to get it back out to Järveläinen. No good. Crawford comes down with that rebound. Well, I don't think he'd be too worried about that double stat line after his performance from behind the arc tonight. The crowd on their feet, they are lifting the roof off the arena here in Worcester. Cervera once again, he's draining the clock. 6 on the shot clock. Mickey Cervera, they kick it out to Crawford. This time opts to drive inside. Foul is called, that'll be on Julius Järveläinen, and he is going to go to the line for 2. So Raiders, 5 team fouls, 38.7 seconds to play. Wolves lead now by 10. Paul James still with a timeout or 2 in the bucket, so he could pull one of them out. Crawford drains the first of those. Yeah, I think really only one candidate for MVP tonight, that is for sure. Rob Crawford Phenomenal performance from Rob Crawford throughout this entire game. Nicholas, Wiltshire, they get it to Yarber and now what can they do from here? Yarber and goes to dump it inside. Fluffs the pass, they get it into the hands of Kramer. Now it's Wellen. Jordan Wellen, at the top, was looking for the ball. Wellen has it stripped away, but somehow Kramer collects it. Kramer goes for the second chance and Kramer finds the 2 points. And Worcester now are at the races. Wiltshire, they kick it out to Dante Nicholas for 3, no good. Kramer can't hang on to it. That is going to be a Raiders ball from the end line, but Worcester have well and truly won this game now. 93 points to 79. It has been a stellar performance.
Yeah. Outstanding for Wolves. Great game management.
.6 to attempt, and we're at the end of the game, and there is the buzzer. The Worcester Wolves have taken their opening win of the season in round 1.